we need to get to a place where we are not giving people enabling environment to use everything to rig themselves into power and then legitimize themselves because they go on. This acceptance has been what has kept Nigerians down, and we must ensure that, first of all, let's work on getting that justice. If we keep moving on, we continue to create enabling environments for people to do heinous things for them to get into power. We must consider political coup in the same way that we consider military.
The conversation around the old, now new national anthem will continue as most Nigerians believe it is not the reason for the economic backwardness and insecurity that has bedeviled the country over the years now. One may ask, what could be the reason for Mr. President to remove the now new old national anthem? Why go back to what the colonial master gave to us? Can't Nigeria function on its own? Could it be that we are about to be recognized by the British, France, or even the United States of America? These are the questions running through the minds of most Nigerians. But before I talk much more about the two national anthems, and which explain more of our national heritage, unity and progress, let's not forget that it was Chinua Achebe that said, quote, "Our 1960 national anthem given to us as a parting gift by the British housewife in England had called Nigeria our sovereign motherland. The current anthem, put together by a committee of Nigerian intellectuals, is actually worse than the first one. It invokes the father image. But it has occurred to me that Nigeria is neither my father nor my mother. Rather, Nigeria is a child gifted with a lot of talent and endowed with a lot of resources and incredibly will." End of quote. This will tell you exactly that Nigeria needs to listen to itself and understand what it has and how to judiciously use it as a child that is blessed but wayward, judging by Chinua Achebe's thoughts.
One of the things I think we must be consistent about is to understand that justice, without justice, we can't have development, and we cannot keep pushing things away and just throwing things under the bed. We can't just move on to say that the president has been sworn in and all of that. I don't recognize that a president has been sworn in Nigeria. Not my president Buhari, not my president Tinubu. This acceptance has been what has kept Nigerians down, and we must ensure that, first of all, let's work on getting that justice first.
You can see how the Nigerian state has been since independence, of which the video of Aisha Yusuf not standing to the national anthem speak a lot of volume. And to crown it all was that during the celebration of the 1-year anniversary of the Abia State Governor, on the 29th of May, the new, now old national anthem was recited instead of the one signed by the president. Although one may said it was even that day that the president signed it into law. But however, let's not forget that the president Tinubu, who said in 1997 that he don't believe in one Nigeria, but he is now the president, and not to also forget the fact that he refused to pledge the national anthem during the campaign by putting his hands in his pocket. We also saw other situations where he went, raising his hands up, where Adams Oshomole have tapped him to remind him that he need to put his hand on his chest. This is not to justify the act of Aisha Yusuf, but to remind us that no to some policy by showing a sign of protest to it, and that is what she has done publicly. If the National Assembly can do this over the night without any serious conversation, public debate, then there is more to come, as one day you may wake up to understand that the country has been sold to the Chinese or even the West. Now, let's look at the wording of the national anthem and compare the both together. The new but old national anthem, which is "Arise, O compatriots, Nigerians call, obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain, to serve with heart and might one nation bound in freedom, peace, and unity." This national anthem came on board in 1978. And when you understand the peculiarity of this national anthem, you will know that this came immediately after the Civil War. So when you talk about "Arise, O compatriots," then it means "Arise, O faithful Nigerians." And then if Nigeria call, then we should now obey our fatherland. He said, with love, strength, and faith, we should do what? We will serve the country. He said, the labor of our heroes past. When you underline the word, the labor of our heroes past, you will understand that there was a fight. There was, a struggle, to gain independence. After which we went into Civil War. So to have a one nation, then the labors of those who fought so dearly to have Nigeria as a nation together, as for those who want to be called Biafrans, but then at the end of the day, we came back together to become Nigeria. So the labor of those two heroes shall never be forgotten. That is what was inculcated over there. And then they went ahead to say, to serve with heart and might, right? With all our might, our nation will be bound with freedom, peace, and unity, right? This is the message by those Nigerian intellectuals who put this together. Now, let's listen to what William Jane wrote for Nigeria. "Nigeria we have thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand." Now, this was when we never got independent. And upon that, the writer was trying to say, yes, Nigeria we have thee, and our own dear native land, though our tribe and tongue may differ, but in brotherhood we stand. Talking about the different land, culture, and all of that. Now, when you look at this, the level of tribalism in Nigeria, ethnicity which has, entered the hearts of every individual in this country, is one of the reasons why we entered into that civil war in 1967, which lasted for almost 3 years. And this caused almost 5 million people in that brutal genocide. But now to turn back, to return our national anthem back to the old one, speak a lot of volume, especially to the fact that no one was consulted, there was no any public debate, there was no any hearing, nothing. And then the bill just went within 24 hours and then passed. And they said our flag would be the symbol. The truth and justice will reign. In peace or battle we honor and dare, and this will count as gain, to hand on to our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty Nigeria may be blessed. May be blessed, not will be blessed. Oftentimes we have talked about waking up in the morning and said Nigeria will be great, or Nigeria is blessed. Just like in the United States, they call God bless America. Even after the prayer, after the national anthem, God bless America. But when you come to this part of the world, the different is the case. And this is because of the level of the kind of leaders we have. Porous, and that is the reason why all this has been happening. So when you compare and contrast carefully, some may say this old but now new national anthem is better compared to the new but old national anthem. But if you ask me, looking at the situation of Nigeria between 1960 to 1967, eventually we went into war for 3 years, then down to 1978, the new but old national anthem captured the reality in Nigeria and the future that we are working towards achieving. And this is the reason why we all need to come together, to bring the nation that we all desire. But looking at what Mr. President has done, and then the criticism from many Nigerians, for the act of Aisha Yusuf, among so many, it's one thing that we need to understand, the fact that yes, maybe what she have done may be wrong, they have disrespected the country and all of that, as many people are saying on social media. But the people disrespecting Nigeria are the politicians. Let's not forget. And let's not forget that the same national anthem was being recited, and the president then contesting was putting his hand in his pocket to show that he don't care. What do you make of this? Let's have this conversation in the comment section. Thank you for watching.